Question for you all. Does this hat make me look like a fanboy? What's up everybody? My name is Zach. Thank you for watching today's video. We're handling the much debated topic, which pickups are better, the grinders or the cremas. So we'll keep it pretty short. I want to give you a ton of sound samples so you can hear the difference for yourself, and at the end I am going to break down the differences between the two, and I will let you know which ones I like better. Now before we get started, a couple of quick ways you can support the channel. If you use the link in the description and you purchase any Lambertone pickups, through that link I get a small commission, so please use that. And second, go ahead, like and subscribe to my channel. That way you guys can be notified about future content as well. Alright, let's get started. First and foremost, what I want to point out is just the small differences between these two pickups. Now, I think most people immediately assume that they're the same thing, one's just a hotter output version of the other. That's not necessarily true. So the Cremas, they are going to be kind of the flagship model of Lambertones' pickups, or at least their humbucker series, and they're going to be a lower output PAF style humbucker, nice and scooped kind of in the mid-range, where you're going to have a really clear, no muddy kind of low end, and then a really gentle, crisp high end as well, but again kind of scooped in that mid-range. And then with the grinders, they're going to be a hotter output. Curtis says about 15% hotter as far as overall output. They are going to be different magnets. They're going to be more compressed as far as the overall signal. And then it's definitely pushed more in the mid-range. So almost kind of the opposite of the Cremas. You've got more of a push in that mid-range. And again, I will break down at the end which one I like better and why. But let's go ahead and let's just dive right in and let's hear how these pickups sound. you got to hear the pickups for yourself, and they obviously both sound great, but like I promised here at the beginning of the video, I want to nail down and let you know which ones I like the best. Now before we get to that, let's go ahead and let's just kind of talk through what we heard in those sound samples. I was actually kind of surprised. I thought there'd be a pretty clear differentiator and one that I really liked better than the other. And it ended up being where I kind of went back through the recordings and listened to each one side by side, and I was like, oh cool, I like the grinders better here, or I like the cremas better here. So I'd love to know your thoughts. Go ahead and put that down in the comment section below. I think really in a realistic kind of application of just hearing these two side by side, it is very evident that I think the cremas are much cleaner just overall. They're really kind of sweet. They have a really nice top end. It's really smooth. I don't feel like there's a really prominent push in any direction. Your low end is really nice. It doesn't get muddy, all the way from the point where you throw on a ton of reverb to the point when you stack on a ton of drives. It sounds really, really great. The cremas actually have been in this guitar almost since I purchased it. So I've used them for quite a while, and then I actually received these Lambertone pickups, or the grinders, about a month ago, and they've been in this guitar ever since. I think the difference with the grinders, especially with these sound samples that we have, there's this kind of sweetness, or I don't know really what it is, kind of in that mid-range, especially when we're dealing with overdriven sections, that just sounds so good. It's really compressed, and so I think honestly if I was maybe just using some of my Kemper performances, I'd probably pull back some of the compression, since these pickups themselves, the grinders, already have quite a bit of compression on them. But I think that's kind of the biggest difference. Now personally, I think I have more of a preference, surprisingly, towards the grinders. I did not think that is what I would like a little bit more. Maybe it's because I've had the cremas for so long and now I just wanted something new. But I think for a live application, I've played worship probably 3 or 4 times since I've installed these pickups, and they just sound so great live. They cut through the mix, and I really think that pushed kind of top end is really going to help out on that front. So when I go into a solo, if we're doing like a really rocky section, I feel like the grinders are just perfect. They sound so good. They sit in the mix really nicely. I get to cut through when I want to with solos or those lead lines. And really, it's just a fantastic sounding pickup. Now, to say though, I also have had the cremas inside of this guitar for about 6 months as well. So they absolutely can do the job. This is just my opinion at the time of making this video. The cremas are just kind of perfect in every situation. So that's where I really think the big difference is going to come into play for most people. I feel like the cremas are just well-rounded. They sound great no matter what. They sound great with a ton of reverb, a ton of delay, washed out, or a ton of overdrive, or throw on a fuzz, right? They sound good in every application. I think the grinders sound better in kind of that mid-low gain territory to really gained up. And at least right now, maybe that's the flavor of the month, but that's what I'm really enjoying. So for now, we'll say I like the grinders better, but let's be honest, I'll probably change my mind at some point. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Again, if you are thinking of purchasing these pickups, please use that link in the description. Go ahead and check out some of my other videos, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for next time. See you later.